we look good? Oh, are we? Yeah, it said, oh, now we're both.
Oh. Oh!
Okay.
Hey!
Oh my gosh. So,
You just got really loud in my ear.
So hold up. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. So kids from our high school are like, how do you start your videos? And they're like, you probably say, hey guys, right? And I was like, no, we don't say that. We do say that. I just said it. Yay. That is so funny. They were literally, yeah. Anyways, go ahead. I know this.
So this is episode 10. And today we are going to talk about what we learned from this process of creating our video series and creating these videos over the last 3 months. And part of the reason we're talking about this is because we have decided it's just, we're both very busy people, and it's been really challenging to find the time to film together. And so we're going to take a little bit of a hiatus, or at least not create videos weekly. Yeah. Because that is causing stress.
Yeah. Trying to figure out like all the the little details of like, oh, where are we going to go? Da, 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 da. Yeah.
So we thought we would use this time to just kind of share like what we've learned through this process, and if anybody's trying to start their own, things to consider, things to think about.
Yeah.
First of all, I would like to say, Taylor, you look smoking hot today.
Oh.
And Alyse looks not.
Well, Alyse just did a yoga that Taylor did not. So
I did. I'm very zen right now.
And
I'm ready to take a nap. Oh, there's the dog again.
Reference. What episode is that? I don't either. Okay. Wait. Oh, thanks. I forgot we were talking about my face. No, okay. So yes, I completely agree with Alyse. I think we should obviously still do it because I think we're super cool together. No big deal. But it has been really hard for us to kind of make our schedules intertwine because we're super like, I'm a single mom with 2 kids. She works full time and goes to school full time. Is it full time or part time?
It's technically part time, but
it's still
it's a lot of work.
Yes, like you're becoming a doctor,
and I'm trying to take care of myself. I'm trying to indulge in that self-care. So I've been going to yoga more regularly in the evening. So there are certain times that I'm like, nope, sorry, because I'm trying to keep that commitment to myself.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. And I think that is, one form of self-care. That's the word I was looking for. Obviously, and then also keeping the commitment, but then as well, like, we were using this as a form of self-care, but we also, caring for ourselves and as well as each other. But then if we're not committing to our personal selves of the self-care, like I decided to delete my social media for my self-care. And obviously like that's, everybody's like, well, you delete your social media, so are you still going to be posting videos? And I'm like, well, yeah, I think kind of. Like, I don't really know how that looks, but I knew, and like deep down within myself, like I needed to do it because it was consuming me. Like I would just like be on social media for an hour straight. Like obviously like I would have interruptions, but like when it's consuming you to a point where you cannot function to your full ability of, of yourself, like being your best self, then you need to figure something out. You need to rework some things. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. One thing that I was thinking about, because we're going to talk about like what we've learned in creating these episodes as well, like as personally, and then as well as like, it's not really business, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like personal lives, as well as when we're creating content, I guess, mm-hmm. is one thing that I thought about was one thing that I learned personally as well involving this is friendships. So Alyse pours a lot into me. I feel like I don't pour as much into her, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. But anyway, so like some of my friends, I know that I pour a lot into. So instead of them pouring into me, like doing things for me, saying like, words of affirmation, stuff like that, wisdom, blah, 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 blah. I find myself pouring a lot into them. And I feel like Alyse is kind of like the one who pours into me. And I just wanted to say thank you. But I was really realizing this, like she's like always cares about my well-being. Like if I sent her, a Snapchat of me like losing my mind with my kids, and she's like, okay, let's go, I'm gonna go over there and play with them. Like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of people don't do that.
It didn't last very long though.
But you know what I mean? Like it alleviates like some of the, you know what I mean? I have other friends that do this as well, but she is really focused on that aspect of our friendship. And so I really wanted to, encourage other people as well, is that, all friendships are not going to look the same. And it's okay. I believe it's okay to allow people to pour into you. And sometimes in that season of your life, you are not able to pour into them. But maybe another point, maybe it's going to be a turning point for me and Alyse, whatever, how many years, months, whatever it is, days, that it might be a switch, but one thing that's what I was thinking about was friendships. They all can look differently, but they also need to be fulfilling you. If that may look like if you're fulfilled by giving to people, but you also need poured into, so that's one thing that I was thinking about, because you're so awesome. She's a really good friend, guys. I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna cry. We didn't talk about this.
I know. Well, we one thing to learn is if you're gonna have like a conversation video, don't talk before the video, because Alyse and I would do this. Did you see how I said Alyse and I? Mm-hmm. English is good. Alyse and I would talk before our videos, and then we get to our video and we're like, okay, wait, we already talked about everything we wanted to talk about. So, like, what,
makes it less fun, I think, and less like real.
Yeah,
because we were kind of rehearsing
exactly.
Not so much rehearsing, just like talking about what we were going to talk about.
Exactly, to make sure that we actually had something to talk about. But we know that our conversations just like go, so we should have just like
done it. Yeah, just do it,
and that's what we started to do.
Yeah, like today.
Hey, learning our lessons.
Well, so one of the things that I learned is and I guess like I always have known this about myself. That's why I'm still in school at 30 years old. Just like keep going back because I just fucking love it. But I have really enjoyed like getting to learn more about like the different social media platforms. Like I was not big on social media. I mean, I was using it, but I didn't know like how to fully engage in it. Yeah. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing at this point, as this one is like saying bye-bye to social media. Well, so, maybe I'm getting roped in now.
No, I think I wasn't using it. So I know about depth, but I wasn't using it for it. I was using it for the surface. Yeah. Because there's a very, there's the surface of social media, which is like just the scrolling and it consuming you. And there's actually like ways that you can use social media to be completely in your benefit, but I just have to recognize in myself that I was not using it for my benefit. I was allowing it to consume me, and I just can't do that. Yeah. I don't have enough time in my day, and it was wasting my time.
And then it was really funny when we got on to do a live video just now.
Oh yeah,
it was like, oh, awkward. I don't have the app of this phone anymore.
Yeah, so we're not live on Instagram. Sorry, Insta. But it is what it is.
Yeah,
and I think making decisions for yourself and so one other thing that I learned is making decisions that's going to benefit yourself and be best for yourself, and not caring about anybody else's opinion or perspective. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like a lot of times we take into consideration of how it's going to make somebody else feel, or what they're going to think about it, or what they're going to say to you, or anything along those lines, like, oh, they're going to say this, they're going to say that, blah, blah, blah. But making decisions and saying, I don't care.
Do you mean like how are you referencing this certain extent how we were concerned about like people at school seeing stuff? No.
But I mean, that's a good example. No, I'm just thinking like in life. Like, I'm trying to think of a scenario that nobody's gonna know exactly what it is.
You could say like just in general. Like,
just in general.
Yourself and say how you feel.
Right.
And no, not everyone's gonna take that.
Or believe that it is the right thing for you.
Yeah.
You know, they may be like, oh, why are you doing that? You know, I kind of feel like I got resistance from a lot of people, not a lot of people, that's a lie, a couple people, about me doing a whatever this, our show, our podcast or whatever, with a non-Christian. It was very interesting to me because I'm like, first of all, just because I'm Christian doesn't mean that I don't hang out with non-Christians. Second of all, it doesn't matter if you're Christian, if you're not, like, I'm still going to love you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to accept you for you.
That's the point.
Exactly.
So,
but sorry, my back was itching. I completely agree. But that's the thing is people look into your life and they say, well, I don't know if you should do that. I don't know if you should do that. Not just Christians, anybody. A lot of people, everybody in the world does this. I do it sometimes. Yeah. But just know for yourself, if somebody's looking in telling you that they don't know if it's a good thing, like I've grown so much in this amount of time. Like I continue to grow. It's a growing process. That's what we're all doing in life, is trying to grow. And when we get to the end, we hope like, yeah, that was worth it, man. Yeah. You know, I did it. Like I fulfilled myself. I did my I did my purpose. That's probably how you say it. I'm working on my English, guys. Okay. Right.
Then it kind of did turn into a little bit of a stressful thing, just trying to figure out, okay, when are we going to do this? What are we going to talk about and whatnot? And so with that, I learned like, okay, to like take a step back.
Definitely.
You know, like, and just because you're doing something and engaging in it and calling it self-care, like at some point it might not be what you need right then, you know? And so, you know, I like we said, I still want to make videos.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Just maybe not trying to do like one every week, because guys, we were filming 2 in one day just to kind of stay on top of it, because
we're so busy.
Yeah.
Our schedules are so different in a way.
Well, and then I have that little issue of Manuel coming home every other weekend. And so
such an issue.
Just trying to find the balance. You know. Yeah. Completely.
Yeah. How about it was
not to talk when someone else is talking.
Rule number 1. I'm just kidding.
No, I was just gonna say I thought I had a really great time with this, because it allowed me to like open up and talk about things that maybe I don't normally talk about, but like that they're there. And so I'm always like trying to tell people that they can't bottle things up. But you know, you also have to practice what you preach. And so this gave me the opportunity to talk about things that maybe, you know, yeah, they're there, they exist, they happened, and I haven't talked about them or whatnot, you know.
I'm almost opposite, because I'm very open and I will tell you a lot of things if you ask. I have learned maybe, and has something to do with me deleting my social media, that everybody doesn't have to know every single thing. Some things are for you to deal with within yourself, and that's it. I mean, I believe between you and God. If you don't believe that, I mean, you believe in moons and all, I'm cool. That's golden. But some things I believe that you have to deal with is within yourself, or between, whatever you believe. Because not everything is made to say, but as well, like things that need to be spoken of, like definitely talk about it. But there's some things, like, to be honest with you, I'm not even sure exactly what those are. But I'm being honest but I know that there's some things that I'm discovering within myself that I have to deal with within myself before I can speak. And maybe,
maybe you have to think about it, self-reflect, and like go through that process for yourself before you put it out into the universe.
Yeah.
If you decide to ever put it out into the universe.
Because some things, I mean, in your healing process of life, it is made just for you to heal. It might not be for somebody else. Mm-hmm. There are some things that you heal from to heal somebody else. But I think, but it's based off of your judgment. Like it's, you thinking right. Like, okay, if I say this to somebody, is it going to benefit them? Is it going to heal them? Is it going to help them? Is it going to speak life into them, etc.? I was going to say, when I rudely interrupted you, no, I'm just kidding. What do you have any advice about editing? Because I mean, I've edited videos before, but Alyse did basically all the editing except one, because she was in Mexico, and then I did that one, but then anyways, long story.
I believe it, so I had to edit it.
We are still figuring out. So, I mean, maybe a good thing is, though,
save. And when it tells you on Adobe, what is this? Pro, what is it called?
Premiere Pro.
Premiere Pro. When it tells you it's auto-saving, bullshit, it is not. Okay. You need to click save. That's number one. I can't tell you how many heartbreaks I had because I'd be working. And then, well, yeah, I'm just dumb. Okay. So like I get this, maybe this is just another thing. And I mean, I know this about myself. When I'm into something, I am deeply into it. And so like, I would be so into editing. The little thing would pop up and it would say your battery's about to die on your computer. And I'd be like, all right, cool.
I got 30 more hours.
And then my computer would die. And then I hadn't saved. And so, yeah. That was like the hardest thing because that happened 4 or 5 times probably. Yeah.
She never told me that. Oh my gosh. If you told me that, I would have felt so bad. I mean, that was like adding to her stress.
No.
You don't think so?
No, I mean, I think I had a pretty good attitude about it. Like I was just like, oh, like, I mean, it was my fault, you know? It was like, you idiot. Like,
okay,
what are you doing? And honestly, like, our videos were, especially like as we got going, we did a much better job of like pausing when there were weird sounds from the dogs. And so it made it really easy to like put pieces together.
Oh, yeah.
At first, it was a little bit harder to like,
yeah, definitely.
Because I would have to find where you like you might be mid-word and I'd have to cut it and then like pick it up mid-word elsewhere, you know what I mean?
Right, definitely. Yeah, I get it.
So like when you're filming, those are things to be aware of, like how you're filming, take breaks if there's something weird going on. Remember where you were so that you can say the same thing or similar. So yeah,
because you're talking and then then you're like, wait, what did I just say?
And our camera would cut us at 10 minutes. So sometimes we would hear it click, other times we wouldn't, and we'd be talking beyond it. So that was
same. I think one thing I would say is run through of uploading process, or like how you're gonna post something either to YouTube or Instagram or Facebook. Like do a run through before you like actually start like promoting it because I feel like we were like promoting, oh yeah, we're gonna do it. And then when we tried to upload the video, it was episode 2. So Alyse was in Mexico and I was trying to upload it, but her computer, like exactly, because I needed a bigger drive or something.
I don't know, because it worked okay when I got back.
No, remember you told me that Manuel had to do something. No.
He did give me an external hard drive to put stuff on, but like the stuff's still on my computer. I mean, since then I've just been saving everything on my computer, and it's
working fine.
Yeah.
So do a run through, possibly with somebody that's gonna run the computer better than you.
But that video was that one was just a pain in the butt because it gave me trouble too. It wasn't just
that.
you. It was like I kept trying to upload it multiple times too, and it was giving me issues. But it's eventually decided to go through, I guess.
So weird. And then the other ones were like fine.
That's part of it. You know, there's such like timeline, and you have to be aware of your timeline, especially if you're trying to get things out consistently.
Yeah.
So like we were filming 2 episodes at once, and then finding the time to edit, which I absolutely love the editing process, to a point where I was kind of addicted to it, and like I would prioritize that over like doing my homework, because it just was something that was much more enjoyable than reading on educational research, you know, which is news. But you have to keep your timeline, you know, in the forefront and know like, okay, I have to do this by here. I have to do this by here. Like it takes time and planning. It's not just something you could just, nope, all right, let's just do this.
I feel like that's how we were too. We're like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we're all like, oh, wait. Learning and then.
It was, yeah. And it's going to still be.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Not
we ain't done
as regular.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You know what? When you said okay just now, you know what I heard?
What?
Cardi B. But like, oh, you did it so well. I've never tried to do that.
You probably could. You can roll yours.
Oh. No, not very good. Not very good.
Oh man.
All right, so let's recap real quick. Editing, you want to save. Be aware of your timeline. Friendships are important.
Yeah. Don't let anybody tell you.
Oh yeah.
Yes, no.
Right.
Doing that about your decision.
Yes.
I mean, obviously, you're a trusted source. I would listen to what they say.
Yeah.
Then go think about it, ponder, pray, do whatever you need to do, meditate on it, and then come with a solution. If they're just blow Joe, I don't know if that's a really word.
What?
No, what do you say? What is that saying?
Average Joe?
Oh, maybe. Joe Schmo. Yeah, blow Joe. Oh my gosh.
You don't even want to know what I was thinking.
Oh my gosh.
Do you get it? Yeah. Okay.
One little thing. I went to Denny's last night with high schoolers.
Where are we going with this? Okay.
Kids. And I ordered moons over my hammy, and that's what it's called. And they're like, oh my gosh, what does that mean? I'm like, dude, I don't know. It's the name on the freaking menu. And I was like, do you guys want my moons over my hammy? And they're like, oh! And I was like, I'm so tired.
So are you equating me to the high schooler right now?
No? Why?
Oh, because I made a big deal
about Blojo. No. I just thought it was funny. But I mean, moons over my hammy, is that? It is.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what
I don't know either. Yeah. But they're like, I don't even want to know what that means.
Those dirty kids.
And they're like Christian kids, like coming from a Christian conference. It's fine.
I think that's really funny too. I'm letting that sink in that people didn't think that you should be doing this with a non-Christian. Because what did I say that would be so offensive? I mean, I cursed, but did I say like down with God or anything?
No. They didn't say it after our videos.
No. But like, what did they think I was gonna say?
I don't know.
It's like, what?
I don't know.
What would be? I don't.
But I think that
it's fear, though, y'all. You gotta get past your fear.
Exactly.
Because it divides people instead of bringing them together.
Amen.
And on that, I think we should end on that note. Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay.
Peace and love, all people. Okay. Bye. I love you. I don't know if we can finish this. Oh, yeah, we can finish right here. Okay, you do that one, I'll do this one.
Okay.
All right, have a blessed Saturday.
Yeah. Get down. Bye.